The communicative goal that I had for this infographic was to provide information about how crucial the honeybee is to humanity. I'm very passionate about the environment and I'm a huge advocate for the Save the Bee movement. So choosing this topic was easy for me. I decided to create the infographic in PowerPoint because as a chem major, I've used PowerPoint a lot with my lab reports in creating instrumental diagrams. Not so much, however, for creating the designs such as the bee and the fruits, which you'll see in my project. So I enjoy PowerPoint because you can start with a blank slate and then really create whatever design you want through the shapes, which, like I mentioned, is how I made the bee. So I don't feel held back on my rhetorical choices when using this program. The design principles that I focused on were alignment and contrast. It was hard for me to not center the title because I'm so used to doing that. But I went ahead and right shifted the title and I left shifted the text at the bottom. And overall, I felt like the piece looked very balanced. So I'm glad that I had read that text and took that advice. So the contrast comes mostly in the colors of the fruit. I really wanted to draw focus on the fruit to just make it more aware of how the bees contribute to stuff that we're familiar with. I didn't focus too much on proximity and repetition. I just didn't feel like those design principles were needed to get my message across. I think that the final product did meet my expectations. I do believe that I fell a little bit short in the fruit. I don't love the way that was portrayed on the piece. I messed around with it a few times and I just couldn't really find something that I loved, but I think that it still works because of the contrast of the fruit. But yeah, I was a little limited with the clip art available in PowerPoint. I did, like I mentioned, I used shapes to make the bee and also the blueberries, but making all of that fruit with the shapes, that would have been very time consuming, so there are limitations that come with it. But overall, I think that it went pretty well. But I think that my major takeaway from this project is that I need to explore other design programs and see what capabilities they have, and then better choose one based on the project that I'm working on.